Hola mi gente, welcome to my 6-week ZEPBOUND update. And y'all, let's talk. It's story time. I gotta get into this with y'all because this week I was in my head. And let me explain. Let's dive deep into this. So I'm the type of person, I love lunch. I mean, I really do. I live for lunch and I lunch to live. You don't understand, so let me explain. So my wife, she would come to me the prior work week and she would say, what kind of meals you want for lunch? Think about it and get back with me. She say, and if you need inspiration, go on Pinterest and, come up with some ideas and get back with me. I said, okay. And I'm the type of person, it's like I'm a kid in a candy store when I'm on Pinterest. It's like a rabbit hole. And I'm the type of person, I'm big on sub sandwiches. That's my thing. A good sub sandwich, wholesome, chunky sandwich. That's my thing, right? I'm on Pinterest. I'm searching for a different sub sandwich for every day. And I like to layer my sandwiches. I'm the type of person, I gotta have 3-4 different type of meats. I need ham, turkey, some roast beef, pastrami. I gotta layer it with cheese, all the fixings. And then don't get me started because you got to go to Jewel's and you got to get that meat sliced fresh. And then you got to go on a little side aisle over there and you got to get the sub oil. The sandwich ain't good without the sub oil. And then after that, you got to double them tomatoes and you got to put some pickles on my sandwich. So that's the type of person I am. That's what lunch is for me. And this week, I sat back and I thought about it. I said, with all this newfound time that I have on my hands because I don't eat at lunch. I had to figure out my life at that point. What am I going to do at lunch? Because for so many years, I would eat at lunch. It was a time for me to decompress from work, and I look forward to eating. It was a stress reliever. And not having that outlet, I had to find another way. And I was stuck. Just didn't know how to carry myself, if you will. And I'm just like, this is weird. My lunches were off the chain, y'all. I'm talking about, it was like a dramatization. I would come in for lunch. I wouldn't even eat my lunch at the lunch. I would eat it at my first break. That's how crazy this is. So I had coworkers always looking to see what kind of lunch I had because they knew I was going to have something good. And they would say stuff like, I wish I had a wife that could make me a lunch like that. Or I wish I had a lunch like you got. It looks so good. Another story time or segueing into this thought, I remember I was getting ready for work and I can't remember the details behind it, but I went to work without a lunch. And I remember my wife preparing me a lunch and bringing it to me. And y'all, she dropped this lunch off. She came in there and she gave it to the manager, right? And I didn't know this, but I was working for so long, I didn't have time to even have a lunch. So I had to pick it up at the end of the day. And when I walk into the office, the clerk has the lunch. And I said, did she drop off some food for me? And he said, yeah. And he was like, it's over there. And he was staring at me. You know how you could feel somebody staring at you. And I'm like, man, what? Why are you staring at me? And then he say, man, I gotta let you know, you had a lot of the men up here in a frenzy. I said, what do you mean? He said they were mad. He said they said, man, his wife dropping off a lunch and it looked so good and we got to settle for the convenience store. So I wanted to share that with you just to let you know how big lunchtime is for me. When I think about it and the love or addiction I have for food, you don't really know that you got this addiction to food until you don't have that food anymore, or the want or need for the food. I find myself nowadays eating enough to get through the day, not overeating or eating because something look or tastes good. And that's a good feeling for me. I'm using this medication as a tool because I guess I was always feeling like I had to eat to be healthy. I guess what I'm trying to really say is I'm grateful to have this medication to use because it killed a lot of the food noise that I didn't know was there. It sounds kind of strange to admit that out loud. Once you eat a meal and 3 or 4 hours later feeling hungry again like you never ate is something I can't describe. One may ask the question, well, what are you doing now? So I find myself pouring back into myself, working on myself, and that could be taking notes for the next YouTube video that I want to do, or reading a book or article. It's something to be said that when you don't have an addiction anymore, how much clarity you get, how much more patient you are. I find myself being at work and being able to really focus on work, being able to break my day down in small compartments and feeling okay and saying, you know what, I think I can, get through my day without eating. I think I can put off eating until I get home, or I think I can drink this protein shake and be okay. Another thing that I noticed was that when I was not on the ZEPBOUND medication, I would eat and I had no choice but to feel drowsy. You might call it the itis. I call it the itis. I'm getting sleepy after I eat that sandwich. The food was taxing on my body. It really put me in a bad state of feeling, and it makes me think, was I really happy having my favorite food to eat every night? Was I really happy? And I can say now that removing the food, I am happy. I find happiness. I find closure in how I feel. I can eat a little bit and feel satisfied and not think about it anymore. That's truly a blessing to me, and I'm grateful for it. Now, if there's one thing that I could leave you with, if you don't get anything else out of this video, I want to let you know that wherever you find yourself in this journey, whether you're losing weight naturally or you're using ZEPBOUND to help you get to the goals you want to get to, what I want to say and what I want to leave you with is, Allow yourself the time. Allow yourself enough time to see the results. You're gonna get there. I know you're probably going down this rabbit hole. You're watching videos, other videos, and you're talking to people about this journey. But the way to get the answers to what you're seeking is for you to go through it. I'm fortunate enough to document this journey and share it with you all. You just never know where your journey will take you. That next workout, that next meal, that next therapy session can really take you and put you over the top. So I encourage you not to give up, to continue to fight. If you can't walk, then crawl. If you can't crawl, then scoot. I remember there was somebody that told me, keep scratching, pulling, biting, crawling, and walking. Whatever you can do to get you to the life that you want to have, that you deserve. I know that if you care enough, if it's in your mind, then it's already achieved. For me, I always wanted this type of lifestyle where I was a better person, where I looked good on the outside. I already felt good on the inside, and I wanted to look just as good on the outside. But I must tell you, it started in my mind first. And once I got that picture in my mind and made it clear of who I wanted to be and how I wanted to look, then miracles happen. You don't know where they're going to come, how they're going to go, but miracles will find you and help you through this journey.